Well, hello my friends, hope you're doing fantastic. I know, a little different setup. You like it? You like it? This is not like a permanent setup at all, but I did get like a new system over here, Mac Mini, for all the hard drive stuff and the big huge ultra wide monitor there. So as I'm importing footage, I figured it would be a good spot to use because, well, the lighting's pretty good from a 34-inch white screen. And yes, I feel bad because like the last bunch of videos that I've done, I feel like I'm always starting the video talking about that I feel bad for not uploading and that it's been a while and I have to update you, but that just keeps tending to be the theme. And it's not intentional, it's just that a lot of work happening right now, and then specifically this week Pablo's away, so it's like extra work for me to have to edit a lot of things by myself, so I'm just trying to do the best I can here. Oh, you know what I also love about this MX Master Mouse, which I've talked about this mouse before, but 3 different computers can be connected to it. So when I hop out to this computer over here, I don't have to like use a mouse that I hate. I just press the button, it switches over to it, and then boom, we're just connected. It's nice, it's convenient. But since I do have to catch you up a bit, first things first. So as I noted in the previous vlog, I spent the weekend in Austin, Texas with a new client that we're doing work for. Everything went really, really good. It was cool kind of being in that town and kind of capturing some of the stuff that she does in that town specifically and just really trying to make it very personal for her. I got a chance to check out the city a lot, which I've only really been to a couple of times, so it was awesome to be able to go around with someone who knew it. Really great overall trip. Returned back Sunday. I had booked this flight weeks ago to try to make sure that I got back to Allentown, my home airport, in a good amount of time so I could be with the family. Had a flight booked, everything was planned to get back at around like 12:30 in the afternoon, which was perfect. So I woke up first thing in the morning on Sunday about 5:30 a.m. I showered, I got ready to go to the airport because I was supposed to fly at about 7:15 or something like that, and then I get a text message saying that my flight was delayed and it was moved to 10 a.m. so that really sucked. Only to get another message saying that that one was obviously not gonna work either, and more importantly, because I was now gonna miss my connection from North Carolina to Allentown, the flight wasn't even gonna get me to Allentown until like midnight. Long story short, I was routed all over the place and I eventually did make it back to Allentown, only about 6 hours past the time I was supposed to, but it was still 7 p.m. rather than 1. And my Pelican case went to Philadelphia, so not even to where I was going. It ended up in Philadelphia, and anyone knows that when luggage gets missed or when it gets forgotten or when it's like not where it's supposed to be, it just circles around the carousel for a while until they eventually realize that no one is claiming it, and then they put it in the office. Luckily no one claimed it, but I got it this morning, 9 a.m. Good job to the team on that one. So yeah, that was my Sunday. Not exactly what I had in mind for Sunday, but at least I made it home safe. And then that brings us to today, Tuesday. Great overall morning. Today was entirely filming. So 10 a.m. woke up and I headed to our first video shoot. It was a fairly local one, but shoot went really, really good. It was 2 people that we were interviewing as part of a big overall series of videos that we're putting together for one big story, which hopefully I'll share with you in the next couple of weeks once that project is entirely finished. So it was good. Did a quick little behind the scenes for you. We got the 45, 75. We got the little light coming from the side there. I specifically made sure that the chair is between the 2 windows so that you're not getting a bunch of lines coming across people's face with lighting. So putting them in kind of the dead zone. Plenty of natural light happening in here, but I actually turned this light a lot brighter so that I could not make the background so bright as well, so I can kind of expose more to the skin. I got my new mic here, which I'm so excited about. Then I got my little torch LED back there. It's just coming across for some additional hair light. So as soon as that shoot got done, we traveled about 2 hours out to Shippensburg for another video shoot. And that one I really wish I could have shown you some behind the scenes on. Unfortunately, it's a project that I cannot share with you at all. It's not like something exciting, so don't be like all excited to hear what it is. But it's a project for a company that I can't share details of because of a lot of reasons. I thought it actually came out great. Once the whole project's done, if I remember, I'll try to put the link to this. So if you're watching this like a year from now, maybe the link's there, maybe it's not. I thought it went really well, but it was a great situation to just test test out the new microphone that I used again. Have I talked yet about this microphone? Man, oh man, oh man. So incredibly excited about this microphone. So if you follow my channel for a while, you know that audio is super important to me. I try to get the audio sounding the best I can. And for a while, I've been actually using just a Shure VP82, which is basically more like a small diaphragm condenser than it actually is a shotgun, because it's a little bit wider of a reach, like a little bit wider of a pickup pattern. So it has worked really good for things I've done in the past, like a couple of two-person interviews and things where I don't need the audio to be so direct. Over the last bunch of months, I've been talking with someone that I follow on Facebook who is a sound, like a field sound guy for films and for TV shows, and he's been doing it for a while, and been talking with him about kind of trying to improve my overall setup for audio, because I want to get the best audio possible, and it's not always possible in certain areas where obviously sound isn't as good and situations aren't as good. So he recommended this microphone from me, and I got a chance to check out a bunch of different kind of sound comparisons, and it was one of the best ones I found for kind of what I was looking for. I bought it and I used it for my first 3 shoots over the last week, and I am so incredibly pumped about it. It's called the Schoeps MK41. Comes with this little nice case here, and this is it. That's all there is to it. It's just a pretty small, tiny little mic, but I'm just impressed with how gorgeous the sound quality is and how directional it is, and more importantly, just how clean the sound is in terms of what it eliminates from the rest of the actual room. A lot of these areas that obviously aren't treated and aren't ideal, it's sometimes hard to get great audio, and this has drastically improved it. But then another big decision I made was actually deciding to get some sound blankets. So obviously in my room, as you know, this isn't really treated for ideal sound. People have mentioned this before, that my room is somewhat echoey, and it is, because I don't really shoot videos in this actual space other than the vlog, so I don't really want to treat the whole wall over there and have to get rid of all the brick because I like the way the brick looks. This room is not really for shooting video, it's more for just working, which is why I have it only half treated. When I go to a lot of these areas where I don't have ideal circumstances at all, I sometimes have to be able to manipulate the sound a little bit. And so my good friend Tom Schaefer, who's the same guy that recommended this mic for me, recommended these blankets that he uses all the time. Producer's Choice acoustic blankets. Now, here's what's really cool about these blankets. So I bought a pair of 6 of them. I think it's maybe $300 for the 6 of them. Obviously, they're actually pretty similar to the type of consistency and the thickness of furniture blankets. They're maybe a little bit thicker than furniture blankets, but what's really cool about this specific one that he told me about is he showed me a bunch of behind the scenes of some of the work that he does, and he works with a lot of director of photographies and people who, producers and things that he needs to obviously get great sound for, but he can't just throw blankets up everywhere that will throw off light and all those things. So he recommended these for me because they do something really unique. The one whole side of the blanket is black, and the other whole side is white. So what it allows him to do is set up his blankets on stands so he can get better audio, so he can set them up so he can really isolate the area. He puts them on the floor as well. But he can either have it as black, so it's like a negative fill. So black would be like a negative fill. You can see how it's obviously not reflecting back the monitor screen that's actually coming from there. But if I flip it and go to white, look at that extra light. It balances. So see, look, no fill and some reflection fill from the light. So it's amazing because they have grommet holes on them all, so you can hook them up on all the different stands, but you get to improve your audio, but more importantly, you can use it as negative fill or positive fill for light, which is awesome because they kind of are a dual purpose bounce / deadening of sound. They're really thick, they're really heavy. They sound great though. You can even hear the difference. If I literally put this next to me over here, you can probably hear how different it sounds even with this little shotgun here, but they're great. So he recommended obviously that I'm able to put those up whenever I possibly can to obviously deaden some of the sound in the room, which makes total sense. But another thing that he did, which I never really thought of, because even though I have an audio first background, it's just a different concept than what I'm used to with some of the other stuff that I've done. And he always said that he lays blankets down on the floor, specifically when you have a floor like this, which is like hardwood or just some sort of floor that reflects back a lot. Because you're pointing a mic down at people, being able to kill any sound reflection that comes back off the floor is huge because the mic's pointing back down at the floor. So at the last couple of shoots, I've actually been putting the blankets underneath the Talent, And because I have enough blankets, it's able to just kill some additional sound that if I can help in any way with some of these rooms, it's just been really cool. And I did a shoot today where there was obviously quite a bit of coverage, but just by throwing a few blankets around them, just right around the floor and around some of the couch areas that I was shooting at, it really made the sound outstanding, and that's really exciting to me. So I cannot wait to see kind of what the mic does and what it continues to allow me to do. I'm someone that knows audio post-production a lot, so I think naturally over the last year or so, I've been knowing I want to buy a new mic, but I haven't necessarily found the right one. And more importantly, because I can fix a few things in post, I've kind of let certain situations slip by where I've realized that the mic wasn't necessarily ideal, but I just end up putting de-reverb on it, or I end up denoising it to try to eliminate some of the sound in the room. But it's not ideal. I'm a big fan of trying to get things to look as best as they possibly can directly out of camera and directly out of the audio source, making it sound as good as possible before you import and have to fix things like crazy. And man, hearing this new mic now makes me just listen to my old mic and be like, how in the world did I wait so long? So yeah, lots of new things happening, lots of good things happening, things I'm really excited about, lots of new work coming in, and just continued growth and figuring out how I can continue to be a better leader, a better boss, a better friend, all those kind of things, just always trying to grow. And this is also really exciting, and I'm so super thankful for this. 35,000 subscribers on this channel. I'm so incredibly grateful for it. I'm not gonna make this whole video like 25 minutes long, but I just wanna say thank you so much. So many of you that I've recently had the chance and pleasure of doing some consulting with. It's always cool to see how many people are being impacted by this channel in some way, and it's just funny. It's just a way that I mean, I can't really express how grateful I am that you take the time to watch this. And I don't really overthink this channel. I don't overthink stuff. As you know, if you've been following this channel for a while, I just document what I do, and I just hope that this channel motivates you to do the same thing. It's been so fun watching this channel grow, but just loving doing it is the thing that just drives me to keep doing it more than anything. I just love doing it. I love uploading. I love editing these vlogs. I just like doing this as much as possible. And I'm just thankful. 35,000 people is a lot of people to subscribe to a channel that really just talks about kind of what my day is. But the fact that it's been valuable in so many different ways to you is just incredibly humbling, and I'm thankful for each one of you. So I'd love to know, as always, any specific things that you pulled out of this vlog. I would love to hear. I'd just like to know what specifically might have impacted you in a way that maybe you didn't expect. What nugget did you pull out? Because maybe it's helpful for other people that scanned through the comments and didn't watch the whole video. So if you're still watching this at the end, I really appreciate being here. I would love to know what specific pieces you pulled out. We'll be back soon, and we'll continue this little journey.